pretty much we got to talk about it, man. We can't hide and ignore it. I stick to code, but I'm truthful as well. That's what made this platform real good. So JSU are being in the news everywhere. I don't know if it's people placating a rift between them and Deion Sanders, but JSU is being called out and people are supporting them. There seems to be viral posts from students and everything like that on social media. I've been ignoring it for a couple of days now, but it's a lot of JSU people and trolls too, pretending to be from JSU, who are hating on Shedeur Sanders and Deion Sanders. A lot of the reports are reporting that Deion Sanders got his cup of serving of, karma. I don't know how true that is, but let me get my pit bull Sebastian so we can have a deep conversation with everybody, our sports fans, or if you're just an on and off sports fan. Here you go. Let me get big boy. Hold on, bro. I'll get you some food, bro. You ate like 3 minutes ago, and he eats squirrels. This dude, we got wild rabbits over here. He hunts wild rabbits, everything. Hey, Pitbull. All right, Sebastian, get down. I'll get back to him later, but let's have an honest conversation about this hatred, bro. Okay, Deion Sanders left Jackson State, and he did say God sent him there. Now, I can understand how people would take his God phrases and be like, how could you say God sent you there and then you left? But he never said nothing about permanent situations. I can also see someone telling me, bless, well, he doesn't have to say it. If you say God said, you should explain more in context. I can let that go. I never argued with people who brought up the God part. Y'all know me. I don't like people using God for X, Y, and Z, no matter who. I stand on that. So I'm not mad at y'all for the God part. It's everything else people keep bringing up instead of a God situation. They're like Deion Sanders used Jackson State to get his ability to go to Colorado. I started thinking about it like, isn't that what everybody in the world do? Not use people, but you go in situations to further your career, no matter what profession you're in. Mayo coaches been doing it all the time, including other melanated coaches. But for some reason, Deion Sanders is called out. HBCU coaches been doing the same thing for decades. I know a couple of them way before Deion Sanders started, not even when he started coaching in the high school ranks of things. So why are they using that against him now? Now, my thing, if you're mad because Deion Sanders left you guys and you love them a lot, it's natural to not like him but you're not going to hate him. You just don't like him because he left you, because you understood his talents. That's like a compliment as well. I'm not mad at that. I doubted Deion is, because if he was a scrub coach, you guys wouldn't say anything. But here's the thing. If we're going to do that, we need to be fair. On this video, I really could go in and blast JSU, but because I know the real JSU, the real foundation of JSU, I would never disrespect us like that. But here's the thing. Why don't they ever talk about the circus around Deion that was in the negative connotations of things instead of the positive? Meaning, when players' locker room were being vandalized and stolen, on property being stolen, why that's never really talked about when we bring out your hatred for Deion because he left JSU? How come people don't talk about a lot of things that was existing over there? Player injuries, not getting the proper medical situations they should get. I don't know how true that is. Unlike Bomani Jones and other people who critique, I will always let you know if I know this. Everything else we know was true, but the medical part, I'm not a student there. I'm not a football player there. I can't tell you if that part is true, but I can definitely tell you we've heard many coaches say, well, Colorado will now provide more resources medically. Even Deion said it. Let's just be honest. Players need to get taken care of properly. Let's go further deeper with JSU. And I hope you guys don't get in your feelings. If we're going to talk about all these things on Deion Sanders' side, let's talk about the other side too, bro. Salute to all my HBCU graduates and alumni. I'm not trying to make enemies out of nobody. I have highly respect for everybody who went to these HBCUs. We got some of the brightest doctors around the world. That's Sean Lewis. The clown, Sean Lewis, the clown. But hang on, I'm gonna wait till it leaves. But I already know all the greatest doctors come from there. The quite bit of the most scholar philosophers, educators, just everything comes from an HBCU. So I'm not one of these you know, people who ride with Deion, and I'm just about to go in on HBCUs like they offer nothing. But let's just go further. Honesty. When Deion looked at the ticket sales, because he was trying to do everything else with the resources they made there to go back to the football team, millions of dollars was missing, y'all. I'm talking about several millions and millions of dollars. The math wasn't adding up. They went to a big stadium like that with sold out games all the time, but there was really not, they seen profits, but a lot was missing. And we knew who the culprit was. The same president who called out Deion, he got removed from his job. Just a lot of things like that. I don't know if it was the president or athletic director. Just so many things that was going on. People bypassed just to be like, Deion left. Deion, it sounds like he would have stayed had those things not been going on, because Deion could have went to the NFL after his first year at JSU. Why they don't talk about that? He's been at JSU for 3 seasons, right? His first year he could have left. Why that's never brought about, bro? Like, I don't understand what people are talking about. That man is Deion Sanders. The only thing that kept him from the FSU job was the fact that people were hating that he doesn't have real experience. Although we've seen high school coaches get college jobs before. We've seen North Texas hire that famous high school coach from South Lake in Texas. Him and his son, he made his son become, in fact, I'm about to make a video about that. Bro from South Lake, Texas took his son with him over there to North Texas when he got a job out of high school. He didn't even go to no smaller college to learn how to be a coach yet, but everybody gave him a pass. That was kind of weird as hell. Like, why that's not talked about? And we have so much cases of these coaches bringing their sons with them, but that's neither here or there. Let's stick on topic and stand on topic. Now, JSU, I didn't want to be, dirty by bringing those things up. I rarely even talk about that. I talk about JSU in a good light. I still look at the football games there. In fact, I need to stand on my word. This year, I should be able to go to at least 1 or 2 games, at least this season. Hopefully I could more, but easily 1 or 2 I can go this year. We'll record it, put it on the channel so you can see I support, bro. I have never made salacious comments towards JSU except rebuttal some of the nasty things that I said about Coach Sanders. The way I defend Coach Sanders, I defended JSU the same way. We got to know when to stick the code like everybody else. Now, sticking the code don't mean lying about the truth about each other, but just there's a time and a place when you want to do your tap dancing, and there's a time and a place when you have to stand up. Yes, have to. I'm saying that emphatically. There's a time where you have to be a man and stand up to these things, bro. I'm doing all type of videos, edit videos, regular videos like these, so I don't miss any of the checker boxes, what people want to see from me, because I do respect people, black, white, Spanish, Asians. I think I've shown proof of that. But for some reason, when you're the guy who's not afraid to call out what needs to be called out, you're doing too much. You're a professional victim, even though everybody know I'm thoroughly not, but you're that. You're glazing. But I notice what when they don't use the words glazing, they don't use the professional victims. You know what? And this is not towards JSU, it's towards Jason Whitlocks, Chris Carter's, all the sellout stepping fetchings. But or even the Mayo haters of melanated people, when they relentlessly every day have like 30 videos a day talking bad about Colorado, groups of people who never followed Colorado, never cared, then it makes you, instead of becoming a victim, you become the voice of reason. I use my platform because I get more money talking about hip hop, just to let y'all know. But I stayed away and refrained from hip hop most of the times to do this mission over here, because it's bigger than football, it's deeper than football. I don't do it for Deion, really, even though I love my brother, because I know through Deion and Shedeur, it's really a bigger picture. You're gonna see this year when I do my videos, bro. Like, I love Shedeur in the NFL. I'll still cover him somewhat, but I'm a Colorado supporter. This thing has to work, so when my kids reach the age of a Shedeur or a Travis Hunter or all these other guys, they can see they have a chance too in this realm of things where we don't have to step and bend no more just to be who we are. So it's like Deion is a threat because he's opening the doors for a greater purpose in the pastures. And a lot of people are prohibiting from that. Some of them you look at and you think, what's their motive? And then a lot of these people pretending to be JSU alumni, they're not even from JSU. And then I caught like 6 of them through their IP address. They were like white dudes portraying that they were JSU students and never been there. And that's my thing. They're pinning us against each other instead of us sticking to code. Yes, you can critique Deion Sanders. No one is above reproach of criticism. That would be weird as hell. But damn, if we're going out our way to hate one man one way while other groups of people, you look the other way, then we have a right to, over here at I Smoke Hip Hop Live, to expose these people who continue to be the instrument of destruction to their own people for the Mayo community. That's just true, bro, because you look the other way for one community, but this guy over here, he gets all the backlash and everything because you don't like him. If you don't like him, it's your own thing. But why do relentless attacks, whether you're someone in the comments, whether you're a content creator, or whether you're one of these failed pundits on ESPN and all that? It's like, come on, former players. It's like everybody against Deion Sanders, but no one can tell you what he actually did to them. None. Man, with that being said, man, I'm DJ Bless One, the best one. Love your family, love your kids, and stay blessed. We're going to do a show maybe tomorrow where we can talk about this and see why people are infatuated with the JSU situation. And we can have an honest conversation between brothers and sisters. We'll have a valid, honest conversation why you're mad. But I don't want to hear some Mayo guy who could give a damn about HBCUs and JSU. You just hate Deion, so you're referencing JSU to make your points. No, we need honest people who actually care, not just people chasing talking points so you can furthermore your hatred. Man, I'm DJ Bless One, the best one. Love your family, love your kids, and stay blessed.